So we got so many requests for a review of Orijen dog food that we had to call in extra help, right? You want to share the screen? He's not a camera guy. So today we're going to review Orijen 6 fish dog food. And at first glance, Orijen has what I would call Akana syndrome, in that when you first look at it, it seems really great. But when you start to deep dive, things fall apart a bit. What do you think? As always, we're going to start with the negatives. And unfortunately for Orijen, there are a lot. And I know we're going to get to it, but some things have changed recently. So if you've been feeding your dog Orijen, and especially this 6 fish food recipe, you're going to want to pay attention to this, because the negatives are, number one, far too many carbohydrates and unnecessary carbohydrates. Dogs, adult dogs, senior dogs do not need these carbohydrates. There is just too many of them. Even though the percentage is low, there is still too many. Because one of the bigger problems is this dog food is loaded with unnecessary starches. For instance, there are red lentils, peas, chickpeas, lentil fiber, whole pinto beans, pea starch, and peas. Peas are not great for your dog. In fact, pea protein has been shown in some studies to actually help either cause or worsen DCM, which is a heart stoppage of dogs, and obviously a complete tragedy and something you want to avoid always. Peas are unnecessary. Why would a good company like Orijen put them in their dog food, especially when they have some other good ingredients in there? You'll find out in a minute. So while it's only about 18.5% carbohydrates total, again, it's just wasted carbs. If they really wanted to put something in there to add bulk to the food so that it can bring the price point down, even though Orijen's a little bit expensive, don't you think? They could have added sweet potatoes. Instead, they chose all these lentils and peas, and these are unnecessary and perhaps even long-term dangerous ingredients. The next enormous negative is label confusion. What does that mean? Well, if you go on Orijen's website, you'll see that it has mostly positive reviews until about 6 or 7 months ago from the time of this video, which would have been January 2023. And then all of a sudden, you start seeing lots of reviews that talk about how the food that they bought, that they got in their house, the ingredients do not match what's on the website. Why does this happen? Well, because Orijen, which was Champion Foods, and Akana were both bought by Mars. Yes, one of the big evil dog food corporations sucked up Orijen. They had a decent product before, but around January of 2023, things changed completely. So you'll see lots of reviews about people getting dog food and having the bag not match the website. How can they do that? Because dog food companies, unfortunately, by law, have 6 months to change it. So theoretically, you could be feeding your dog their favorite food. It gets bought. You're probably not going to know it. And for the next 6 months, you're not feeding them what you thought they were feeding them. It's going to be a completely different formula, and that is dangerous. So there is a big positive to this food, and that is that there are actually 6 whole fish ingredients. However, whether or not that's going to change, who knows? Or if they're sourcing them, now that Mars is doing it, they're always going to cut corners and try for the highest profits possible. So I would definitely give a pass to Orijen 6 fish dog food, and maybe Orijen in general. And you get maybe what? How many paws? 1, maybe 2, 1.5. We'll go half. 1.5, just because there's the real fish ingredients. If you need to buy dog food, if you don't want to home cook, or you can home cook for whatever reason, okay, easy. You can check out the reviews of these foods right here. 2 of the best on the market. I don't make any money from the sales of them. I'm just telling you that they are 2 of the best, most honest, best ingredient dog foods on the market, right? Because we got to keep these senior dogs fed well, right? Thank you.